Kind of questions do you have going into Monday Night Football? All right. We are going to let we are going to answer your fantasy football questions tonight going into Monday Night Football. Hopefully we'll get a bunch. Amanda Rodriguez is here. Josh is here. Hey Josh, how are you, buddy? All right, don't forget to hit that like button. We're on YouTube. Daniel Barry Sports is on YouTube. Way to go, Daniel Barry Sports. All right. Let me know who has fantasy questions, and I got to let everybody know this too. We have a Sideline Fans Fantasy Basketball League. I am going to make it a QR code. Probably tomorrow night I'll have that up on the stream. But if you go to Sideline Fans on YouTube, in the community section, the link is there, so you can see it. Hey, Josh, thanks for the ice cream. Josh asked, hey, need 50 points from Joe Burrow, T. Higgins, and Jake Ferguson. It could be done. I mean, Burrow could put up a 30 spot, Higgins easily 15 easy, and Ferguson, could get you 5 to 10 to 15. I think they're able to throw against both parties, both against the Cowboys and the Bengals. So, it could be a higher scoring match. Let's just see. The Cowboys against quarterbacks are 31st and the Bengals are 32nd. So they're both bad teams against quarterbacks specifically. So, Josh, it could be a big game. Like, I see Burrow, like, he'll probably end up finishing with like 23, but I think his ceiling goes up to about 30 tonight. I really do. So I think that puts you in a good way. And T. Higgins has been putting up some really good numbers over the last few weeks. So you can get there. You can. Let me just look up Higgins real quick. I know he's been putting up some good numbers. I made some. Oh, shoot. Thank you though for the ice cream, Josh. I really do appreciate it. But yeah, I definitely think, Josh, that Higgins can get. I mean, he's had 15-25. He didn't play 16-11. I think he can put up. Heck, he put up 15 against Pittsburgh. There's no reason. Hey, Jose, how are you? There's no reason to think that, Josh, that T. Higgins couldn't get to 15 again. Burrow probably gets at least 25 to probably 30 is my guess, or that's the ceiling, I would say. Um, and then, Ferguson could probably get 5 to 10, maybe not 10, maybe 5 to 8, but you're going to be in that ballpark. It's not that crazy to think. All right. Amanda Rodriguez, and then I'll get to Jose, who sent a rose. Thank you, Jose, who is also a subscriber. And did I put Josh on the bottom? I'm such a dummy. I should have put Jose. I apologize, Jose. I got to change the board. I put Josh. I'm getting all confused. Hello. I need Chase Brown to score 10 points to win. You think he'll get in the end zone? Yes, I think Chase Brown against this Dallas against running backs. Hold on, my computer's all of a sudden slow, of course. But Dallas against running backs is 20th. They give up 17.9 points. So you figure as long as Chase Brown stays healthy, that he'll probably at least put up 10 points, minimum 10 points. I think you're in good shape, Amanda. Should be feeling good going into this one. So should you, Josh. Okay, Jose, what does Jose have? Jose. Oh, Amanda Rodriguez sent a donut. How did I miss that? Oh my God. Is lit up in Sideline Fans gift gallery. Anyone who sends the gift will contribute 150% Live Fest points to the live creator. There's all these contests going on now on TikTok. I'm not even sure what they are. So, all right. Jose, do you have a question? I'm not seeing one, but thank you for the rose. Yes, Amanda, I do think all of that. Oh, Dylan's here. Does Dylan have a question? He's another one of my subscribers. Got to take care of those who take care of me. Yeah, 50 points. Joe Burrow, T. Higgins, Jake Ferguson. Look, I do think it could happen. Now, Jose, no question, just supporting the page. Thank you very much, Jose. Appreciate it. Have fun watching the game tonight. Should be fun. All right, Brock Bowers or George Kittle? Obviously, we're talking about next week here. Brock Bowers or George Kittle? Wow. So you have both of them? Man, you are one lucky son of a gun. Let's see. Where did that just go? All right. Come on. Brock Bowers. No, this is all last week's stuff, huh? I got to update the week. How do I do? Let me just update something real quick. Start, sit. Yeah, let me hold on. My one thing is still on week 14, so I probably have to wait till tomorrow to use that. But Bowers goes up. Let's just look up matchups. The Falcons against tight ends. That's who Bauer goes up against. The Falcons against tight ends are actually, where are we at here, Falcons? They're third, so they're pretty good against tight ends. And Kittle, the 49ers, play LA. LA against tight ends. Falcons are third. Where are, wow, I must put my ridiculous or 9. So the better matchup, and not by a lot, is Kittle's matchup this Thursday in 2 days. It's the better matchup. Not by a lot, though. The Rams give up 6.4. The Falcons give up 4.9 to tight ends. So I would go George Kittle because based on that matchup. Dre's. Hey, Dre's. I didn't realize it was Dre's. Hey, Dre's, what's going on, buddy? How are you? Hope everything's well. Thoughts on Brandon Cooks tonight? Ask Tom. That's a great name, by the way. Tom is a fantastic name. And I'm just putting it out there, but I that name Tom is the best name there ever has been named. So I'm giving everybody a hint. All right, Brandon Cooks. Let's just look it up. Let's look up Brandon Cooks. Brandon Cooks. Let's look him up. If I can spell Cooks, it's just Cook with an S at the end. Yeah. All right, Brandon Cooks. The Giants last week, he had 9.1. He is projected at 6.6. Let's just see something else here, though. Wide receiver. Are they even going to show me Cook? Yeah, they got to show me. Brandon Cooks. Now, Brandon Cooks on average gets 1 point under what his projection is. And he's projected at 6.6. However, that's probably not fair because a lot of that was the 2s he got earlier in the season. So with Cooper Rush against the Giants, which is a bad team, and Cincinnati, which is a bad team, and against wide receivers, Cincinnati, we're just answering everybody's question tonight, trying to get people in. Cincinnati's last against wide receivers. I would say Brandon Cooks probably. I'm looking at a projection of around 6.5 points. I'm thinking he gets somewhere between 6 and maybe 9 points. It really depends if he hits the end zone, or if, last week he only had, I guess, 3 catches for 16 yards, but he had a touchdown. If he does that again, he'll probably hit 9. I'm thinking he gets 6, but if he can get 6 by himself, like receiving, then he's double digits. He's in the 12 if he catches a touchdown. But I'm guessing his range is probably 6 to 9, 6 to 10 tonight. Just based on that, they played a bad Giants team and he got 9 with a touchdown. So that's really 3 if you take the 6 points away. So not a lot of yards last week by him, but I think, he might get the end zone, but maybe they'll use him a few more times. So he should be in that 6 to 10 range. All right, Tom, great name. We're going to keep going here, though. Thank you very much. See what other questions. Thomas. Wow, another great name. Tom to Thomas. They're the same name. Unless you some people write it as THOM. I'm not a fan of that. Will Burrow outscore Chase Brown by 3? I need it to win. I think Burrow does, because if you let's just look, not that I can put this up on the screen, but I'm going to go look up both of them. Hey, Vanilla, you will be next. Vanilla, go. Chase Brown. It was Chase Brown and Burrow. Yeah. For some reason, I'm like, oh, wait, did he say Chase Brown and Jamar Chase? All right. So Chase Brown, if you look at him over the last 5 weeks, 17, 16, 17, 24, 10, you got to figure Joe Burrow probably gets at least 25. He could get as high as 30, I think, tonight, just against Dallas. I think he'll be able to throw the ball, and he wants to make the playoffs. So, it's basically he's going to leave it on the field kind of thing. He's going to go full out tonight. So, and Dallas is a weaker team now. He's had 20, 29, 30, 33, 13. But if you compare him to Brown, it's like outside of last week against Pittsburgh, well, he even had 20. Burrow had 20. Chase had 17. The week before, 16 for Brown, 29 for Burrow. So, yeah, Burrow usually outscores Chase Brown. So you should be good. Now, will he outscore him by 3? He's actually done that. 24 was right there, week 9. Yeah, he's done it every week for the last 4 weeks. I don't see any reason why he wouldn't do that tonight. So yes, I think Joe Burrow outscores Chase Brown by 3. I need CD to go for 53 points. What do you think, Dre's? I think that's a tall order, even though they're going up against the Bengals, which are the worst team against wide receivers. I think that's a real tall order. With Cooper Rush, we just I don't think he's that prolific. I don't know if their offense is that prolific. I don't know if Rico Dottle can keep them on the field or help them out as much as possible. He's put up some good numbers. Actually, tonight I have a little interest in all this because I'm up by 21 points. The guy I'm playing has Rico Dottle. I have Jamar Chase. I think I'm going to win, but we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, I think 53 is a little too much, but hey, at least, at least you're in the game. At least you have a reason to watch. You have a reason to cheer, see how things go till about, 2 minutes left in the second quarter. And then you'll know, because it's hard to score 53 points in one half, but if you can get 20 or close to it in the first half, there's a real chance. All right, let's see. Ertz or Kraft rest of the season. All right, see what we're doing here? If you want to go to I got to look up Vanilla. I'm sorry. Vanilla. Where are we at here, Vanilla? Vanilla sent the rose. Vanilla got the, okay, where's Vanilla's question, though? How will Brandon Cooks do tonight? I need him to get less than. Tom, I think Cooks will do fine. They at least 8. Tom and Thomas are talking. That's pretty funny to me. Jose, no question. Okay. Vanilla, I'm not seeing a question. Please feel free to share the live stream. Would love to get more people online. Vanilla, I'm not seeing a question, so that means one of two things. Either skipped over it by mistake, you either possibly didn't send one, or TikTok filtered you out. I think Tom had another question, right? Tom, how will Brandon Cooks do tonight? I need him. I think, like I was saying, I think Brandon Cooks probably gets, what did I say, 6 to 10 points. All right. You're very welcome, Thomas. Don't forget to follow me. Don't forget to hit that like button. We're kind of stuck on 1,000 likes. Let's get that a little bit higher. Don't forget to follow. I'll be live tomorrow night. I'll be live Wednesday night. We have a whole Sideline Fans fantasy basketball league going on. I'll have more information tomorrow night on TikTok because I forgot to do it just before the stream tonight. But if you go to my YouTube channel and you look under community, you will find a link there if you want to sign up for the Sideline Fans Fantasy Basketball. you get a prize hey, you get a free 12-pack of golf balls from my golf ball company, Rhino 305, if you win the league. So it's worth it from that standpoint. It's $25 worth of golf balls. So that's what you win if you win the league. And we'll be doing that for baseball as well. All right, let's see what other questions we have. Don't forget to share. Or should I get T. Higgins? Oh, wait. I need CD to go for 53 points. What do you think? Well, here's the thing. Let's look up. Where's T. Higgins? That's Chase Brown. That's not going to help me. Who's been putting up more points lately? I know Higgins has been doing well there, Dre's, but let's see. Let's just try to get through all the people tonight. Monday nights. He had 25 2 weeks ago. Looks like that's his high, T. Higgins. So he's probably going to get you like 25. CD, if he can, go off and have, catch some fire, he might be able to put up a good chunk of that. 53 is a tall task. I mean, look at Josh Allen. What did he get? 51 yesterday. But, he's had 33 this year. Of course, that was with Dak as the quarterback. But you never know. You just never know. I mean, you catch 3 touchdowns and something like that. Hey, Vanilla, you sent another rose. I'm going to look for you right now. Sorry about. You see my new comment. Okay. I'm down 10. I have CD. He has Aubrey. What you think? Well, I'm looking at CD right now, and against Washington, he had 11.8 2 weeks ago, and last week against the Giants, he only had 4.9. And Aubrey's probably going to get what? Just let's be totally normal here. He'll probably get 2 field goals and 2 extra points. So that would be 8 points. And depending upon how far, what the distance is on those field goals, it could be as high as, 10 or it could be 12 points total. So let's just say that Aubrey's going to give him, the other team, that is 10 to 12 points. Let's be a little high. So that means I'm down 10. So then you'd be down 22, and you're hoping CD gets 22. The only problem is CD hasn't gotten over 20 since week 8 when he got 33. And that 4.9 against the Giants kind of worries me. He does have a bad shoulder too. And this came out on Saturday, ultimately doing enough to avoid an injury designation. So I hate to say it, but my guess is CD gets you somewhere between like 11 and 15 points. I don't think, unless the Cowboys don't score, don't move the ball, and he doesn't score, maybe Aubrey gets 3 points. Let's say he just kicks 1 field goal, or they score 3 touchdowns, and you get, that could maybe happen where Aubrey then gets 3 points, and then CD could, get 15. And I think, doing math, you'd win that way. But my guess is Aubrey's going to kick a couple from, the moon, from where he usually does. So I would think that Aubrey probably gets, like I said, I'm guessing Aubrey gets right around 10, give or take 2. So then you're down by almost 20, and you got to get CD to 20, and that's a long haul because like I said, he's not gotten over 20 in 4 to 5 weeks here since week 8. Actually, it's 5 weeks, 6 weeks. 4, 11, 14, that's 3, 5, 12, 33. Yeah, that's 6 weeks ago. He got over 20. So I think that's tough. Yes, I saw your comment, Vanilla Gorilla. Thank you very much. Yeah, I should have played Juwan Jennings instead of CD this week. Yeah, look, hey, guys, I was high on Westbrook Ikine. I was really high on him, and he laid a fat egg at 2.4 points and killed. I had him on all 3 of my teams, and he was someone I was talking up. A lot of people were signing him up. I still won 2 of my 3 games, and even if I had played somebody else, another receiver, I still would have lost. The other guy had, what is it, Jamar Gibbs. He had Saquon Barkley. He had like 3 guys put up over 30 points. I wasn't going to win that contest anyway. So Hey, Bob's around, everybody. Love when Bob's around. Yeah, it's always tough when you look back. All right, let's see what we got here. Azana asks, I just saw your question. Should I pick up Ertz, Kraft, or Devontae Williams at flex? Ertz, Kraft, or Devontae Williams? See, the one thing about having a tight end at flex is tight ends don't usually put up big numbers on a consistent basis. And like what is a good tight end? I mean, like Ertz puts up 11, 12.8, 15, 5, 1, 11, 12. But if you look at Ertz, and he has great numbers, so he might be one that you want to pick up, and he's had double digits the last 3 weeks. But that 11 that he had against Tennessee in week 13, um, that's not good enough. That's average for like a flex position, not for a tight end. Tight end, it's great. Remember, I had this formula where I want tight ends to score 7 or more points. I want running backs, wide receivers, and flex to be at 13 or more points. At a flex position, that 11 is actually kind of low in my mind. All right. Again, I want my formula is quarterbacks at 19 or higher, flex running back, wide receiver 13 or higher, defense kicker 10 or higher, and tight end at 7 or higher. That gets you around 100 points every week if you can average that. And some weeks, you might have Saquon Barkley who scores 30 one week. So, you're going to be a lot higher than that. But if you can just get guys to do that, you'll be very competitive. And if you can pick up people along the way, maybe somebody that gets hurt and somebody dumps them, or maybe somebody that comes and becomes fantastic the way a lot of people thought Westbrook was going to be last week, but wasn't. You know, that's one way to improve your team. But okay, you have Ertz, Kraft. The one thing I'll say about Kraft is I'm going to be really honest with you guys. I'm going to try to stick to this. He's put up 11.6 and 10.8, 9.6, 5, 2. He's had 15. He's had 10. So he's close. I would give Ertz the edge because he's been more consistent with points. That is the one thing that scares me about Green Bay, and I'm just going to be honest. And you probably saw this last Thursday with Jaden Reed, is they just have so many people to throw to. They have so many people to throw to that it makes it really tough for one guy to get a lot of points in that offense. Is it Jaden Reed? Is it Dobbs? Is it Wicks? Is it Watson? Is it, Kraft? Who is it? It's just so many people that they can throw to. And now let me look up Williams. All right. Right now I'm leaning towards Ertz. And you guys know I take a lot of time, so I apologize for that in advance. Devontae Williams. Okay, when you say Devontae Williams, do you mean Javonte Williams, the running back? Javonte Williams? Now, Javonte Williams has not been putting up consistent points. Azana, is that who you mean? Azana, if you're still there, just send a message in the chat. You have Devontae Williams, but I'm thinking you might have meant Javonte Williams because I'm not seeing a Devontae Williams. And as I was, yes, that's who I mean. Okay. Well, I would actually go with Ertz because he's been way more consistent with points 11, 12.8, 15, 5, 1, 11. You look at Javonte, he's 6, 1, 16, 1, 9, 7. Tucker Kraft isn't fantastic. He had 0 one game. I would go with Ertz out of those three. All right. Yeah, Javante's just not very consistent with his points, Azana. Thank you for the rose. I really do appreciate it. T or CD at flex, I only need 12 to win. Okay. You're going to put me on the spot. Let's look it up. It's a great question. All right. Let's go Lamb. And we'll go T. And let's see what we get. Yeah. I'm getting a T. Higgins. I think because, Lamb had that week last week where what did I just say? It was like 4 points or something. Yeah, he had 4.9. I would go T. Higgins. He's been putting up over the last 4 weeks, roughly, or over the last 4 weeks, he's had CD Lamb's had 14.6, which is great, 11.8, which is average, 4.9. So he's bookended it with really bad numbers. Where when you look at Higgins, of course, I don't have that up. That would really help, and you guys wouldn't be so bored right now. When you look at Higgins, you have 15, 25. Then he was out 16, 11. Yeah, I would go T. Higgins. It's clear that Burrow throws to him and he easily gets into 15, 25, 16, 11. Even on a bad day, his bad day is much better than CD Lamb's bad day. So I would go T. Higgins tonight. It's a weak defense. You figure Jamar Chase will bring some attraction defensively. All I meant is he'll bring some coverage defensively attraction. What am I doing? It's not a dating site. So yeah, I would go with T. Higgins. A lot of people have been complaining to me that CD doesn't even look like he wants to be out there half the time. So, all right, who else has some questions? Anybody on YouTube? Kind of quiet tonight, huh? Kind of quiet. Let me know what else you got here. Otherwise, oh wait, here we go. Nope. All right. Well, if you want to share the live stream, I've not been on too long. Please answer. Is Charlie still there? Is Charlie still here? Charlie, I don't even see your question. You said you asked very politely, please answer. What is going on tonight? Is TikTok filtering everything out? When I first got on, I had like 30 people. Here we go. No, same guy. Yeah. Okay. Well, it says we have 6 people watching live. Is Charlie still watching? Charlie, I want to help you out. Charlie, it's either Werger or Werger. Maybe answer. Please answer. Charlie, I'm not seeing a question. Bro, Josh Allen just won me a spot in the playoffs, says Jorge. Good job, Jorge. Okay. Charlie, if you're still around, Dre's, if Bucky is injured, Seahawks back up if Walker is injured or Chase Brown. Well, that great question. I like Chase Brown. He puts up really solid points. He's very consistent. So we have a body of data that we can look at and say Chase Brown is putting up points. Okay. When it goes to Charbonnet, who's the backup with the Seahawks, who had a monster day yesterday, you can definitely play him or pick him up if he's available. I would pick him up anyway. Just so no one else has them, if you can. I mean, part of fantasy is just picking somebody up so no one else can get him. But I would pick him up, and that way you can make a choice and see who they're playing. Let's see, Chase Brown. You're talking about next week, I'm assuming. They play Tennessee. Tennessee against the run. Let me look this up. The Bengals play Tennessee. Where's Tennessee? Tennessee's been all over defensively this year. They're 19th against the run. So, yeah, I mean, I think Chase Brown probably has a decent day. Wait, Dre's, what are you asking me here? I mean, I think Joe Mixon is an elite runner. He puts up 20 or 30 points on a regular basis. Maybe not every week, but he puts up in the teens. I mean, I would definitely start Mixon. I would play Mixon and Chase Brown, and I would pick up Charbonnet if Walker's injured. I mean, he had such a monster day. You at least got to give him a look. You at least, as they say, you have to roster him, which I didn't know that was a verb, but you should roster him on your fantasy teams. Just if, like I said, if nothing else, Dre's, just to keep him away from other teams. I mean, sometimes you have to do that. There's one guy in one of the leagues I'm in. I swear, anybody that's any good, he is picked up immediately. He must like, I get all the updates, I do, okay, but I also have other things going on in my life, but he must get it, like, sent to his brain or something because he picks these people up in, like, a nanosecond. He had Charbonnet picked up immediately when the injury report went out, Sunday morning, and he had him like you can't get him now, just be like that, be aggressive with that stuff. Don't drop anybody who's a star player, but if you have some people that haven't been playing well or that you've haven't started for a long time, consider dropping them to get a few people so that other teams don't get them, because now it's all about who you have. And when I say who you have, it's about who you start and who's on your bench. You want to keep really good players away from other teams too, because now it's about the championship. We're in that mode now. All right, let's see what else do we got here. Dre's, thank you for all your. You think Hall plays next week? Need him for the playoffs? Oh, Brees Hall, jeez, talk about landing on a thud. He started the season off pretty good too. Here's the thing with Brees Hall. It's Monday. Yeah, it's going to be too early for me to really tell. I go live Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, probably Friday, unless I actually have something to do. So you're going to have to come back. I have no new information on Brees Hall, and I probably won't have anything. Maybe tomorrow, probably definitely by Wednesday, I'll be hearing things about his knee injury and whether or not, he's practiced or he's limited or he had a full practice or he will play, he won't play. Any of that information will probably not be out till Wednesday, maybe tomorrow. So you'll have to come back, hit that follow, everybody. Hit that follow so when I go live, they'll let you know. And that way you can just jump on, you can ask me the question and we can keep going. So, all right. Oh, and somebody just followed me. Is that black circle with the dot? Because that's different. K92 is another one. Yeah, I have him on two of my teams, and obviously he sat out for Charbonnet. But my thought with that is, it sounds like if he's ready to play, that they will definitely play him. So we'll see. If you are on right now, hit that like button on YouTube, hit that like button on TikTok, hit that follow button on TikTok, and then hit that subscribe button on YouTube. All right. Dre says, oh, Eli Hits Bombs is here. Holy cow. All right. Hold on, Eli Hits Bombs. Let me get the Dre's first. My lineup for next week is Lamar, good. St. Brown, yeah, they didn't throw to him much this week. McLaurin, great. Bijan, good. Taylor could be a little weak. He hasn't been consistent, but you probably know that. Kittle's fantastic. Joe Mixon is off the charts good right now. And then Bates. Yeah, you have a good team. Probably your weakest spots, and you already know this. Well, really, you have one weak spot, and that's Jonathan Taylor, because he just doesn't put up consistent points. I think he's good. I think he should be putting, I think he's a lot better than his numbers, but your numbers are who you are, 16-3, 6, 13-7, 16 against New England, 13 against Buffalo. Against the Jets, he had 6.5. Against Detroit, okay, they're a little bit better defensively, 3.5. He goes up against Denver. He goes up against Tennessee. Last time against Tennessee, he was injured. And then he goes up against the Giants. He has a nice schedule coming out of it. What Denver against the run? Let's see. They're ninth. They give up 13.6 points. So, yeah, I mean, I think he has a good schedule. Hopefully, for your sake, he'll be a little bit more consistent when you need him here in playoff time. But I think he's a great running back. I really do. And I just hope that he can kind of get it together and put up some, good numbers back to back weekends for you. All right. Eli Hits Bombs. You have to say his name dramatically. You have to, because it is so dramatic. And Dre's and Eli Hits Bombs, I know you guys are following me, right? I know that's a ridiculous question, but you guys are on all the time, and I love the fact that you are. So please make sure you follow. Love it. All right. Trade Marv and Njoku for Puka. Or should I try to get someone else too? Well, Marvin Harrison is the definition of a yo-yo. He'll put up 19 points and then he'll have 2, and then he'll put up 7 points and then he'll have 18 points and then he'll have 3. And I mean, it's just up and down and a little messed up. And Njoku puts up points. He's pretty consistent. My guess Eli hits bombs, because I have to say the whole phrase, is you already have a tight end. All right. That's what I'm guessing from this. Like, Njoku is the guy that's been riding the bench for you, because otherwise you wouldn't be making this trade. Because Njoku, actually, my son finally knocked some sense into me over the weekend and said, Dad, Njoku isn't as bad as you think he is. And he was 100% right. So my guess is, or my hope for you is, that you wouldn't be trading Njoku if you didn't have another tight end. So probably what you're ultimately doing is you're taking an asset that's sitting on your bench in Njoku. You're throwing in the yo-yo Marvin Harrison Jr. to get Puka, who's putting up monster numbers. I think it's a great trade. I think it's a fantastic trade. The caveat, the most important thing about this is making sure that you're not trading your best tight end, because that doesn't make sense to me. Let's see. Kelsey. Okay. Yeah, Kelsey. Here's the thing about Kelsey is, and I have him on one of my teams. I like Kelsey a lot. He gets you around 7 points. I mean, Njoku puts up, I guess Kelsey's a little bit more consistent, but his numbers are lower, where Njoku can put up, has a higher ceiling, but sometimes drops like a 5 on you. So, yeah, I think it's a good trade, though. Puka's going to be a massive upgrade if you can make that happen. What's weird in the Yahoo Fantasy Sports, and just to let you guys know, I know we don't have a ton of people online, but I have a fantasy basketball league that I'm starting. I'll create a QR code tomorrow night. I totally forgot about it until I got on. But if you want to join it tonight while you're watching the game, it's on Yahoo Sports. That's what I always play fantasy sports on. I've been playing on, it says, for 1 year, but I have another account that is like 20 years old that I just don't use it that much anymore. But the it's, if you go to my YouTube page, it's it's at symbol sideline fans. If you go to the community page on my homepage, in the community post, it'll have a link to that, and you can sign up. I know that's a little convoluted. Just find Sideline Fans on YouTube, at Sideline Fans. Go to the community page, and the first post will have the link. And tomorrow night, I'll remind myself, I'll make a note to have a QR code on the live stream. So, all right. My running backs are Henry, good. K9, and Hall. Yeah. Hall's been inconsistent. K9 has not been my favorite over the last few weeks. I think my hope is that he got a week to rest. Okay. And that might be, because some of the things I read were saying that he probably is okay to play, but that he's not going to play. So it looked a little bit like, it was one of those situations where they didn't feel like they needed him, but now they gave him the week off. I mean, maybe he was a little injured, and they were kind of just saying that, but he got the week to rest, recoup. So hopefully he'll have a good week coming back. That's my hope. Like I said, he's on 2 of my teams, and I really need him. I have 3 teams, and I'm trying to get all 3 teams into the playoffs. Well, I think I am in the playoffs, but anyway, I am in the playoffs with all 3 teams. I'm in first place, third place, and fourth place, but I want to win all of them. I want to go as far as I can with all of them. And the one team, I have a pretty weak team. The guy that beat me this past week just crushed me. It wasn't even close, but like I said, he had 3 people that went over 30 points. And Dre's has Ravens defense. I don't know if I would have the Ravens defense. Okay, Broncos are better than the Ravens, I believe. Maybe not from an interception standpoint, but the Broncos are always rated higher than the Ravens. The one thing I want to remind everybody, and I'll remind people probably all week, is look at your kicker, look at your defense. A lot of people worry about their quarterback, their running back, their wide receiver, their tight end. They look at sort of the key positions, and then they've had the same defense all year. Well, sometimes the defense that started the year strong isn't finishing strong. Like the Eagles have a very good defense now, but they weren't always rated as high as they are now. And there was a time just a week or two ago that the Cardinals defense was rated very, very high. They've dropped back a little bit. But like I said, the Falcons, which you wouldn't think, are number 5 in the last 4 weeks against running backs. 5 hard. Wait, did I say 5? Why did I say 5? They're tied for 6th. But yeah, they're the 6th hardest team against running backs. The Ravens are 14th against the run. Earlier in the year, they were like number 1 or 2 against the run. So teams move back and forth. So definitely check out your kickers. Definitely check out your defense as you guys go into the playoffs. Eli hits bombs. I think I answered that one. Yep. Okay. What just jumped? You got to go with the Broncos defense, Dre's. Wait, okay, here we go. Legend Goat Man Z. Would you start Terry against the Eagles over Keenan, Thielen, Canine? Well, let's see real quick. If you look at McLaurin, okay, if you look at his numbers, he's very consistent. If I can find him. Oh my God, come on. I can't type tonight. All right. So we have Terry McLaurin, who was on a bye. Has he played? Wait, you said he's going up against Philly. Has he played Philly, Tampa Bay, Cincinnati, Arizona, Baltimore, Carolina, Chicago, New York, Pittsburgh? Okay, Philly, he got 1.5 points. He was targeted twice and caught one ball for 10 yards. Well, I'd like to know more about that. Against Pittsburgh, he had 13.8 points. What happened here? Did he get hurt that game or something? Saquon Barkley runs for 2D. Eagles beat Commanders 26-18, so it wasn't necessarily a blowout. Come on, give me more information than stats. That doesn't help me out. Where's the summary of the game? Scores, schedule, blah, blah, blah. Associated Press, read more. Daniels, who finished. Elliott. The matchup, Washington's, but Gonzalez, Zach Ertz, la. Okay. Maybe he was only targeted 2 times, and that's just the way it was. I don't love that. That's going to be a tough one to swallow, going up against Philly. He only put up 1.5 points. That's McLaurin we're talking about. Let's see. Oh, wait a minute. That's the 16th. Well, let's see what he does in New Orleans. He should have a good game against New Orleans. And my guess is against Philly, I don't think he's going to put up another 1.5, but, it might just be 13. He had 13.8 against Pittsburgh. They're pretty good. Chicago back when they were a little bit better defensively, he had 15. Against Arizona, he had 14.7. Yeah, I mean, this guy just puts up 13 points almost, or right around 13 points every week. Tennessee, Dallas, okay, those aren't tough. Philly, he had 1.5, but he was only targeted 2 times and he caught the ball once. I don't have any information without a heavy dig, and I don't want to completely kill the live. But I do want to know more information about that. That has piqued my interest. But I would say that given how steady he is and how many points he puts up on average, that he'll probably do better than that, than 1.5, which isn't saying much. Okay, I think he'll probably get to around 13 points. But what you should do is probably follow me, and then the week of that game, send me a message, and we can discuss it then. So, all right, we're up to 4,500. Let's see. Oh, Dre's George Kittle for Puka Nakua. I have Bowers at backup. Yeah, I mean, sure. It sounds like that really improves your wide receivers. Would you start Terry against the Eagles over Keenan, Thielen, and Canine? Well, let's see if Canine's got to come back first before I can make a judgment on that. The legend goat man. So there's that. Thielen, maybe. Let's see how he does again this weekend. And Keenan obviously had a down week because Williams had a down week. Let's see Chicago bounce back. I don't know that their interim head coach is doing that fantastic of a job, but we'll see. So as of right now, I'd probably say yes, but let's see how the next week goes because when Terry goes up against the Eagles, that's week 16. We're after tonight, we'll be into week 15. So we still have another week to go. And we have to know about K9's injury as well. Okay. Have you sent this to me a couple times? Eli hits bombs. Baker, Bijan, Chase Brown, Myers, Marv, McLaurin, Kelsey, Njoku, Tracy. Guess the record. Oh. Bijan, Chase Brown, Myers, Marv, McLaurin, good. Kelsey, Njoku, Tracy. Let's see. We just finished week 13. I'm assuming Eli hits bombs that you played 13 weeks. With Baker, you probably didn't get him week 1 per se. You probably picked him up later. Bijan, you probably had from the start. Chase Brown, you may or may not have. Myers, you probably didn't. McLaurin, you might have. Kelsey, you did. Njoku, you probably didn't. And Tracy, I know you didn't. So some of those guys you picked up during the season. So I'm going to say that the easy choice is 7 and 6, but I'm going to say that you are 8 and 5. I'm going to guess if you played all 13 weeks, you're 8 and 5 is my guess. Now you could be 10 and 3, which is crazy good. You could be that good, although Baker has not been playing good over the last 4 weeks, and that's why I think you might have picked up a few losses. And you never know who you're up against. And actually, Eli, I don't even know how many teams. If this is like a 6-team league, like 6, you could be like 7 and 6, but I'm guessing 8 and 5 because you probably picked up some of those guys along the way. So let me know if I'm right. You're 4 and 9. Oh man, you got unlucky, dude. You got really unlucky. Nick's Hub sent a gift, the tiny gift, one of my favorites. 4 and 9. I'm sorry, Eli. We should have been talking weeks ago, buddy. Nick's Hub. I'm looking for your question, buddy. I'm not seeing it. Nick's Hub. Shoot. Where's Nick's Hub? 4 and 9. Man, you did get unlucky. That stinks. But that's the thing. Yeah, next year just subscribe, and that way we can DM each other all the time. And I'll help you as much as I can. Nick's Hub, where are we? I might have to start MHJ over Tracy next week because of matchups, and Pickens is hurt. I don't know why you'd start Well, who does Tracy play? Giants play Baltimore, but Baltimore's 14th. They give up 15.7 points against the run. So even if he gets 13 points, that's still a good week by him. Baltimore's not as good against the run as they were earlier in the season. They were 1 or 2. Now they're 14th. In the last 4 weeks, they averaged the 14th lowest, so middling. So I don't know if I would do that, considering MHJ is also kind of I keep saying he's a yo-yo. All right, let me just see. Yeah. You got to come back here next year, Eli. Also, guys, while I got you, it might be a new crew. It's the Giants, though. I can't trust that. I know you can't. Hey, wait a minute. My moderator's here. Dude, you didn't tell me you were on. Moderator. Oh, I love when my moderator's here. It's a Giants. I can't trust that. Yeah, no, I totally understand that. But if you look at, see, this is kind of when we have smaller crowds like we have tonight, sometimes it's a little bit more fun because we have time to kind of joke around. But if you look at Tracy, and I agree with you, I don't trust the Jets, I don't trust the Giants, and there's probably other teams that I don't trust. I don't trust Green Bay anymore. But if you look at his last 2 weeks, now he's played bad teams, Dallas and New Orleans. He's got 13-16. Tampa Bay, he had 17. Carolina, he had 14.9. He had 22 against Pittsburgh. He had 19 against Cincinnati, 13 against Seattle. Like, he's put up good numbers this year. Now, Seattle is better against the run. I don't know how they were in week 5 when he got 13.5 points. Pittsburgh, though, is pretty good. He got 22 against them, and Pittsburgh is, well, maybe they're worse. They're 24, so they're worse than I thought. Okay. Let's just see here. What just happened? Where did he go? Yeah. But he did get against, Carolina against the run, the Panthers, the Cowboys. I mean, the Buccaneers are 4th against the run, 4th toughest. Seattle is 8th. Dolphins are 11th. Eagles are 12. They've dropped. Ravens 14. Jets 16. Packers 18. Titans 19. The Giants are 31st. They're really bad. And actually, the 49ers were the worst against the run. So he could. I don't know. I just think I would rather have Tracy in there because even on a bad week, he probably gets you close to 10. Where MHJ might get you 3 points. That's my worry. Oh, we're already talking playoffs here. Start Pacheco, JT, or Tracy week 15. We're skipping to 15 now. Well, here's the thing about Pacheco. Right now, I can't in good faith tell you to start Pacheco because, like, they obviously are running a two-headed monster with Hunt right now. And maybe the theory that I heard a week or two ago about them just bringing him along so that he's good enough, but keeping him healthy until the playoffs might really be what they're doing because he only had 7 points last night, and he didn't have a lot of carries. Now I'm talking about Pacheco, that is. So I just don't know that will change in week 15. I almost say we have to wait for that. Let me see who Taylor plays in week 15. Nick's Hub. I'm looking for your question. Let me look for that again. Thank you for the tiny. Jonathan Taylor, week 15. Oh, he comes back from a bye. He plays Denver. Denver against the run is 9. They give up 13.6 points. So JT should have an okay. Hey, Gabriel, you lost to the little man. That's what Gabriel wanted me. Yes, Gabe, you crushed me, Gabe. You crushed me. It wasn't even close. It was a blind man could see the distance between your score and my score. It was not even close. It wasn't even funny. Your team is so good. I don't know how. I don't think you're going to lose. You might beat, what is it, Eitan, who is in the lead, right, Nathaniel? Yeah, I wouldn't go with Pacheco. It might be JT or Tracy. Some of it is I want to wait and see how they play this week. I want to see if JT can put up another good week this week. And if Tracy can too, because Tracy has a tougher matchup in week 15 because he goes up against Philly. So, because right now I'm leaning towards JT and all that you've asked. All right. I have Higgins and Aubrey. Opponent has Chase Brown. The RB and I'm up 1. You think I win. Higgins and Aubrey. Opponent has Chase Brown. Yeah. You're up by 1. So it's essentially even right now. Higgins 15. Aubrey, maybe let's just be a little sensitive and say 8. That's 23. Chase Brown probably puts up 15. Yeah, I think you win. I mean, Higgins is probably going to be in the teens. Chase Brown is probably going to be in the teens. And Aubrey should get, what do you figure, 2 extra points and 2 field goals? I mean, that's 20 points. Maybe I mean, it could be more because of the distance, but yeah, I mean, I think you win because you had that second player and that Higgins puts up a good number of points and can keep up with Chase Brown, and Aubrey is your real difference maker. That's the way I'm looking at it. What about Adams or Pickens going forward? Adams does have, yeah, Adams, another player that my son has made me realize has good weeks. Adams had a good week. I do like Adams. Pickens was obviously injured. Pickens, I think actually, let me look them both up real quick. I actually think Pickens is a little more inconsistent than Adams now. Meaning, they have, who has good weeks over the last 4 weeks kind of thing. How many good weeks do they have? Where do we go here? Ferguson or Brandon Cooks at flex? I would go with Ferguson. Davante Adams. Davante Adams has a Taco Bell in his house, right? You guys know that, right? I'm just talking about that ridiculous commercial. Yeah, he had 21 points, 15 points, 10, 6, 18. Dude, Davante Adams is the real deal. The thing that worries me about Pickens, obviously he didn't play, but it's 14 point. We're going backwards 4 weeks. 14.9, 6.8, 12.9, 18. I don't like the 6.8. The 12.9, you round up, you get 13. That's the number I'm trying to get with wide receivers and running backs and flex week in and week out because most people play in 10-team leagues. But you look at Davante 21, 15, 10, 6, 18. But let's just look at the last 4 weeks, last 4 games, let's say, that they played. 14 is 20. So 50 for Pickens, 36, and 52 for Adams. So on paper, they're right in the same place. I do like Adams a little bit more because he has a little bit higher ceiling. He did get up to 21 points last week or the last game. So I like that. He had 18 in week 9. In week 10, Pickens had 18. But Pickens has not, I'm not, he's had, where is it? 19.6 in week 7, but he's never got the 20 where Adams at least has once this year with the abysmal look. And was it Dre's or I don't know who it was talking about the Giants. I don't trust the Jets offense, but I'll tell you one thing. Davante Adams has been putting up points. And so for that reason, I would say Davante Adams over Pickens. But let's see. Well, they go up against the Rams, and you can in week 15 this is. Now, yeah, Davante Adams plays Jacksonville this week, so it should be a big game for him unless it's a blowout. Hey, Aiden, haven't seen you in a while. Thank you for the rose. You will definitely be next. And then he plays the Rams. You can pass against the Rams. Let me just double check that. The Rams, they're middling, 20.3, but I think, Davante Adams will have a good game. And let's see, Pickens has Philadelphia, which is tough. Baltimore, you can pass against. And then Kansas City, he ends up week 17 with Kansas City. And I don't think you guys have playoffs past week 17 because if you do, it kind of stinks because a lot of teams will be resting players week 18. But Kansas City you can pass against. So really next week is the big tough week for Pittsburgh when it comes to passing anyway. All right, Aiden, is Charbonnet startable even if K9 comes back? I didn't see where's the rest of it? Oh, come on. Oh, you got to give me hold on. I need someone for flex. Well, here's the thing. If you look at Charbonnet, like over to the last 4, let's just look at Zach over the last 4 weeks because Walker was, last week when Walker was around, he had 11 points. He had 34, obviously 34.8 on Yahoo over this past week. Now he had a bunch of twos before that, but I would say that he has some value. I don't know that he has obviously the value. His value being number 2 isn't as close to being number 1. Like week 13 he got 11. I think did Walker get hurt during that game? I can't be 100% sure, but he did get 11 points in week 13 when Walker was playing. Let me double check that, but I'm pretty sure Walker played week 13. I mean, I know he did, but week 13, though, he only had 5.6 points. He had a horrible game, 16 carries, 49 yards, receiving -3, Aiden. So, I, I don't know exactly what they're going to do. Hold on one second. Yeah, the only thing about it is I'm not seeing anything that says, oh, the coach has said that Charbonnet is going to play no matter what because of his performance. He performs or something like, he performed so well. We're going to keep that option open. I'm just not seeing that, which I don't expect on a Monday to see that. I really don't. But I'm not hearing that. So I would say watch what Walker, he just, outside of the last 2 weeks, he has a bunch of 4s and 1s and 2s and things. So it's almost like when Walker starts, he doesn't see a lot of the action. I'm hoping that somewhere along the line this week, they might say, hey, we know Walker's still our guy, but because of the performance by Charbonnet, we're going to give him more looks. That would be fantastic if we heard that. But you're going to have to monitor that throughout the week, unfortunately, Aiden. Just come back. I mean, I know that I'm pretty sure you follow me. So just come back and we can look that up. Just send me something. Let's see here. Thank you, Aiden. I guess what I'm saying, Aiden, at the end of the day, if Walker is starting right now, if you look at past this earlier in the season, he's not, because they don't use him that much. 4 carries, 6 carries, 2 carries, and he didn't have any touchdowns. So I would say probably not if he's not the starter, but let's see what they say. All right, Russell, you're the best. Okay. CBC Mexico, is he around? Somebody's saying, all right. Shared people. Don't forget to share. All right, just a quick reset. Hit that follow button. I go live almost every day. I've been live for, I don't know, 6 or 7 or 8 days in a row. I don't even care at this point. It's no big deal. I love doing this. My boy has Taco Bell in his house. Yes, he does. So definitely follow me. Also, we do have a fantasy basketball team that I just signed up for. I'm going to try to have the QR code tomorrow. I forgot to get it before I went live tonight, but I will. If you want to join that, you can go to my YouTube channel, which is just at Sideline Fans on YouTube. Go to the community page, and it's the top post on the community page on Sideline Fans on YouTube. But tomorrow, hopefully, I'll have a QR code on here, and so you guys can sign up, and I have 12 people sort of as the max, because I don't want to start looking for like the third guard on the Bulls. I don't want to go that low on this stuff. So because that's sometimes. Hey, Beto's here. What's up, Beto? How are you, buddy? All right. Any other questions before kickoff tonight, huh? Yeah, don't forget to hit follow. That way you know when I'm live, guys. It's fantasy basketball. Winner gets basketball box. No, winner gets golf balls. What are you talking about? I make golf balls, moderator, man. Free entry. There's nothing to lose. It's free entry. That's true, moderator. Beto, thank you for the lightning as always. You got a question going into Monday night? Let me know. Appreciate it, buddy. Yeah, so we have a fantasy basketball. I'll try to have the QR code tomorrow. But definitely if you go to my YouTube channel, It's on the community page. It's the top post. You can hit that link, and you can join. It is free to enter. Beto is here. All right. Well, guys, I'm not seeing a lot of questions, so that I can't help out too many people. So I will probably jump off, but I will enjoy the game. Don't forget to follow. Thank you for all the likes. And I will see you tomorrow night. All right. Take care. Thanks, everybody.